I was always working as a kid. I always had jobs, you know, and even since I was 8 years old, I was working. So I just had a different viewpoint of life, I think, and I realize that now, you know, in looking at it in terms of goals. I had goals in terms of what I wanted to accomplish.
What was the goals that you had in your head at that point?
I wanted to make movies. I wanted to make movies and do it for the rest of my life. You know, as a kid, I never really went to the same school more than a year and a half. You know, I was someone who really, you know, wanted to have an adventure and do extreme things. You know, I was climb trees in the middle of the, you know, and the wind is blowing, and I used to write skits as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and entertain my family and.
Because your mum was in amateur theatre, wasn't she?
Yeah, but that, for me, it was more, I was just naturally drawn to that. She never taught me anything.
Yeah, right.
No, she never did that. And it was something that I would just write skits and create characters.
And the winner is Tom Cruise, Magnolia.
Can I ask you about one of my favourite performances of yours, which is Magnolia, because it's just the most visceral thing, and I think for a lot of people it was one of those things that we hadn't seen you do before. A lot of actors talk about drawing things from personal experiences, but I understand you don't like doing that. So where do you pull from?
It's not that I don't like doing that, it's that I don't find it necessary. You know, you look at a child who's there and he's got a most amazing imagination, you know, children. You're just looking at them and they can create and become different characters instantly. That's just how I develop characters. You just kind of feel it there and you just start working on a character and I find something that I feel is interesting and I just start playing with it. I will not apologize for who I am. I will not apologize for what I need. I will not apologize for what I want. But, you know, if you look at Magnolia, I mean, that's a character that I basically, it was very different in the script. The opening lines that I ended up doing, and I remember I had PTA was there, and he kind of was having me in khakis and Adidas. I said, no, that's not this guy, you know, I didn't see him. So what I did is I basically wrote the opening monologue.
Respect the cock. And tame the cock.
And I have a screening room and, you know, different workshop where I work on characters in movies, and I lit it exactly as, you know.
This is the stage?
Literally built a stage in my screening room, and I said, look, I don't know how, sometimes because words or something, you know, you could talk to them, people don't understand. I actually like just doing it, you know. I don't like talking about things too much. It's like I get little things, and then let's do it. Let's start creating it and see it, you know. And I remember I just went on stage and I did basically the opening monologue for him. I said, look, I don't know how to, here's the character.
I am the one who's in charge.
And so I did the whole opening character. When you see him, that opening, that's what I did for him. I had the music there, I lit it just to explain that character. And so sometimes you just start doing it. And a lot of that stuff I was writing and working with him and ad-libbing a lot of that stuff.
When did you realize that was the best way that you knew how to work? That was what was going to work for you?
You know, instinctually, that's just how I always worked. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll come up with a character and then I'll put it into a movie and I'll rewrite the whole script based on that. I mean, Edge of Tomorrow is a film that I made where a couple years before I was kind of just thinking about this character and thinking about a style of film I wanted to do, and basically I rewrote the script from page one and put that whole idea in there. I'm constantly, you know, I'm usually shooting a movie while I'm prepping a couple of movies. I'm in post on a couple of films. Like right now, you know, I was released The Mummy, and I'm shooting Mission, and I'm a post on American Made, and I'm prep on.
Jeez, mate, you need to do more in your time. Come on.
Aerostart, we are ordering you to land immediately.
Go, geese!